This is Ned Martin. In 1976, Dartmouth's football team takes on the role of dark horse contender for the Ivy League title, an honor the Big Green has won more times than any other team in Ivy history. It's the annual quest, and when it's over, many agree that Dartmouth is indeed every bit as good, perhaps better, than the final record of 6-3 indicates. Consider the facts as coach Jake Krauthamel rebuilds. An All-America linebacker and game-breaking aerial combination are among 27 departed lettermen. What does Dartmouth do in 1976? Only this: lead the Ivy in scoring at a pace equal to the championship seasons of 1969 through 73, break more than a dozen Dartmouth and Ivy League records, put more players on the All-Ivy first team than anyone else, 7, plus 5 on the second team. The difference between a piece of the crown and a tie for third place is 11 points. In the truest sense, this is a team, a group that won't accept defeat and gives 110% to prove it ranks with the best. Dartmouth's biggest preseason question mark is quarterback, but it takes only a game to prove it has a good one. Kevin Case, the southpaw senior from Davenport, Iowa, shows he can guide the versatile Green attack and pass with record-setting accuracy. Case is masterful. He breaks Dartmouth and Ivy records as he completes 61% of his passes, gains over 1,300 yards of total offense, second best season in Dartmouth history, and wins the New England Writers Senior Achievement Award. Case is Dartmouth's most valuable player, and his favorite target is Harry Wilson, All-Ivy split end from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Third string as a freshman, Wilson has the hands and moves to set Dartmouth's season marks for catches and receiving yards. The air game is obviously in able hands. The ground game still is Dartmouth's bread and butter. The big reasons: co-captain Pat Sullivan from Dubuque, Iowa, unanimous All-Ivy tackle. Don Thomas, All-Ivy guard from Titusville, Florida. And All-Ivy center Jim Lucas from Sun River, Oregon. When Dartmouth needs yards, the line paves the way for two big backs who earn All-Ivy second-team honors as they pound for over 1,150 yards. Fullback Kurt Oberg from West Hartford, Connecticut. And halfback Sam Coffey from San Francisco prove a crunching 1-2 punch. Oberg, co-captain-elect, has a great day against New Hampshire with 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Coffey comes into his own later in the season when Oberg is slowed with injury. The junior tailback closes the season with 4 straight games of 100 yards plus and winds up as the Green rushing leader with 764 yards, just shy of the Dartmouth season record. Nick Lowry, Jr. from McLean, Virginia, is another first-team All-Ivy choice. Lowry proves perfect with every conversion and field goal attempt. No other kicker in the nation can claim no misses, and Nick's kickoffs are as vital as his team high of 52 points. He's a dictator of field position. Just ask Penn. Dartmouth's defense has comparable credentials in 1976. Big hits cause fumbles. 2 of the biggest hitters: co-captain Kevin Young, All-Ivy linebacker from Tarrytown, New York, and Greg Robinson, junior tackle from Wilbraham, Massachusetts, another All-Ivy first-team pick. Just as tough are Dave Casper from Fox Point, Wisconsin, second-team All-Ivy tackle. Watch number 95 in action at Holy Cross, good for -11. And Dave Van Vliet from Cato, New York. Van Vliet also is All-Ivy second team. The senior halfback shows his ability on this interception at Cornell, but he suffers a knee injury on the play and is lost for the last 3 games. Other star senior defenders: Steve Cordy, All-Ivy honorable mention end from Ossining, New York. Number 40 nails Harvard's Jim Kubacki on this play. Kevin Curley from Detroit, who moved from linebacker to end. Curley's fumble recovery here killed a Princeton scoring bid. Diminutive linebacker John Muggleby from Pasadena, California. Too small, they say, but Muggleby makes plays like this interception against Penn that are vital. Linebacker Bill Jarrett from Westport, Connecticut, another late-season injury victim. Watch number 24, Byrne Holy Cross, with this interception. Marty Milligan, end from Rumford, Maine. A preseason ankle injury calls for surgery, but the two-year starter won't quit. Number 88 comes back to show the stuff he's made of in the last game at Princeton. Seniors add to the offense. Roland Griggs from Newark, Ohio. The flanker who comes back from a rib injury to make this superb catch on a flea flicker play with Case that's worth 43 yards. Tackle Phil Ward from Sterling, Illinois. And tough luck tight end Jim Darnell from Oklahoma City, a starter out for the season with a knee injury. Penn opens the season at Memorial Field, and the defense keys a 20-0 win. John Carney, junior halfback from Claymont, Delaware, puts Dartmouth on the scoreboard in the first period as he gathers in a Penn punt, finds a hole and a wall of blockers on a 61-yard dash. Lowry hits a pair of field goals, and here's big defense. Jim Valis is on the spot, steals Bob Graustein's pass, and the middle linebacker runs 35 yards to score. Here's Valis from Manchester, New Hampshire, the co-captain-elect. New Hampshire is one of the nation's top Division II powers, but Dartmouth's defense provides the holding action as the Green offense gets untracked. At halftime, it's a 3-0 game for the Wildcats, and Dartmouth's ears are burning in the locker room. Dartmouth's on fire in the third period, and Case gets things going with a 26-yard option keeper. Kurt Oberg shows he's the best back on the field this day, gaining 12 over right tackle. Then Oberg hits the same hole behind Sullivan and Thomas on a classy 41-yard charge to the UNH 1. 2 plays later, he scores and Dartmouth leads. Now Bill Burnham tastes the Green defense. Kevin Young hits, Burnham fumbles, Steve Cordy recovers. The touchdown is a work of art by Roland Griggs, who takes a short pass from Case. Seems trapped, spins away from 3 tacklers, and dashes 19 yards to score. New Hampshire is stymied, and Dartmouth moves rapidly as Case hits Harry Wilson for 9. More Oberg. He pops for 21 yards and his second touchdown of the day. In 5 minutes, Dartmouth builds a 21-3 lead. Dave Taylor, junior halfback from Pittsford, New York, is another defensive standout. His interception and return sets up Lowry's 23-yard field goal that caps a 24-13 win. Dartmouth's unbeaten as it plays its first road game at Holy Cross. In businesslike fashion, the Green uses field position to advantage. Case keeps behind Don Thomas's block for 13 yards. Then Case pitches to Coffey, who works the sideline for 20 yards, but steps out of bounds at the 4. From there, Oberg punches the final yards, and Dartmouth leads. Holy Cross ties the game, but only for a moment, as Carney's kickoff return launches a 3-touchdown barrage in the second period. It's a clockwork drive. Case goes to the air for 11 yards. Harry Wilson makes the diving catch. 3 plays later, Case sneaks for the score. Long gains feature the next drive as Oberg gets a big hole and 14 yards. Oberg again, and the fullback pops for 15 yards. Coffey takes a Case pitch for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Holy Cross looking for the run. Case crosses them with a perfect 37-yard stunner to Wilson. It's 21-7. Bill Jarrett's interception opens the door again, and Oberg breaks tackles for 15. Case executes the option perfectly and gains 16 to the Crusader 3. And from there, Case follows Coffey's block to score. At halftime, it's 28-7. In the third period, Case is stunned on this 9-yard keeper. Steve Ferraris, junior quarterback from Staten Island, New York, takes over. He feeds Coffey, and Dartmouth keeps moving, but has to settle for Lowry's 23-yard field goal. Into the fourth period, it's John Carney again. Holy Cross must punt from the end zone. Carney blocks the kick and recovers it himself for a touchdown by the defense. Meet Jimmy Solomon, junior flanker from Thompson's, Texas. On Dartmouth's final drive, he takes a pass from Ferraris for 6 yards and the wrap-up of a 45-7 triumph. Dartmouth's line has 3 All-Ivy performers, but there are many others who play a big role in an offense that averages over 350 yards per game. Meet some of them. Tight end Kevin Barber, junior from Southfield, Michigan. His sophomore backup, Mark Majewski from Cumberland, Rhode Island. Ed Snook, junior from Worcester, Massachusetts. And Rom Gack, sophomore from Wilmington, Delaware, who alternates with Snook at left guard. Andy Ebbett from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. And Jeff Immelt from Cincinnati, Ohio, are junior tackles. Plus junior center Bill Immel from Stowe, Ohio. Yale is as uncooperative as the weather in New Haven, and Dartmouth's unbeaten status is in jeopardy. While the green defense keeps Yale reasonably in check, it's a tall order, and early in the third period, the Elis have an 18-0 lead. Dartmouth doesn't get out of the doldrums until Oberg breaks the middle for 24 yards in the third period. Case scrambles on third down and gets 6 yards. Fourth and 5. Case passes to Jimmy Solomon for 10. Comeback hopes take shape as Case executes the option perfectly on third down and goes 19 yards to score. It's Case again on a 2-point conversion sprint that makes it 18-8. The defense helps. Kevin Young steals a Yale pass, returns it 17 yards to Yale's 22. Case flips a pass to Jimmy Solomon, and the flanker gets to the 14. A penalty on Yale produces a first down, and Oberg bulls to the Eli 5. Third down, and Oberg won't quit until he has the touchdown. It's 18-14. The defense holds again, and Case's pass to Harry Wilson puts the ball at Yale's 40 in the final minutes. But the comeback folds as Case's last pass finds the wrong receiver. A sellout crowd jams Memorial Field to see Harvard play Dartmouth. Both teams have 3-1 records and Ivy title hopes. The tension is obvious as each team scrambles and makes early mistakes. Late in the second period, though, Harvard has made fewer than Dartmouth and leads 14-0. Dartmouth finally gets things together just before halftime as Case passes to Wilson for 13 yards. Case then keeps around right end and charges 19 yards. It's a play that sets up Nick Lowry's 51-yard field goal, second longest in Dartmouth history. At halftime, it's 14-3. Harvard matches the field goal, and it's late in the third period when Case's 16-yard pass to Wilson ignites the green. Oberg punches over right tackle for 8 as the period ends. An 83-yard drive's biggest chunk comes early in the final period as Case hits Wilson, who sprints home on a 29-yard TD scamper. Lowry's kick makes it 17-10. There's plenty of time, and when Dartmouth corners Jim Kubacki, Harvard has to punt. Dartmouth has time and momentum on its side. Harvard leads, but Coffey's 15-yarder has the Crimson backed against the wall. Jeff Natterney makes a key sideline catch for 6 yards. Another third down play means Case to Wilson, 12 yards, and a first down at the 3 in the last minute. Dartmouth won't quit, but it's a nightmare finish after Oberg gets to the 1. A broken play and fumble plus a penalty has Dartmouth scrambling with 1 second left and the goal line now 15 yards away. Case does his best, but it's not quite enough. He's bumped out on the 2 and time runs out on the green. Ivy title hopes are slim, but Dartmouth isn't giving up as it visits Cornell. Sam Coffey uses the synthetic surface at Ithaca to power a green avalanche. Number 34 has the big gains in a 16-play march for the opening kickoff that uses over 6 minutes and sets the tempo in a 35-0 runaway. When Cornell does threaten, Dave Van Vliet makes the first of his 2 killing interceptions. Dartmouth moves with efficiency, and Coffey's 14-yard tear to the right corner puts the ball at Cornell's 39. Harry Wilson shows his stuff with an 18-yard catch from Case. Jimmy Solomon's flanker option puts the ball at Cornell's 7. 2 plays later, Case has assorted receivers but uses Oberg, and it's now 14-0. Cornell's problems mount as Kevin Curley recovers this fumble at the red 25. Delay costs Dartmouth 5, but Case counters with a 12-yarder to Wilson. The rest is the best of Coffey, who runs for 124 yards today and appears to have the score as he sprints to the right corner. Not quite, though, so he gets it here for a 21-0 lead. The regulars have plenty of help from new faces at Cornell. One of the brightest is halfback Jim Eden, whose 22-yard tightrope down the sideline makes it 28-0 at halftime. Meet Eden, sophomore from Miami, Florida. And junior fullback Chris Faciliu from Redondo Beach, California. Watch Faciliu on this 12-yard piece of power in the third period. It's part of a drive towards Solomon's dash for the final Dartmouth touchdown. The Cornell game is a chance for many young players to get plenty of work. Meet some of them. Split end Jeff Natterney, junior from Winnetka, Illinois, who made that catch. Sophomore fullback Greg Jenkins from Canton, Ohio. Sophomore punter halfback Steve Terrell from Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Terrell averages 35 yards with his kicks and gets 12 yards on this carry to the left. There's young help for the defense, too, as Cornell is bottled up. It comes from these directions. Tackle Ken Jansen, sophomore from Somerville, New Jersey. J. Murphy, Jr. from Newton, Massachusetts. And Bill Oriel, Jr. from Los Angeles. Ends Joe Sullivan, Jr. from Dover, Massachusetts. And Junior Don Rudeshauser from Edina, Minnesota. 4 Connecticut linebackers, Tom Kuhar from Hamden. Jeff Hickey from West Hartford. Joe Nastry, also from West Hartford. They're sophomores. And Chris Lynch, a junior from Westport. Junior Wally Morgus, linebacker from Greenville, Pennsylvania. Halfback Chico Dennison, junior from Winnetka, Illinois. Halfback Dan Smith, sophomore from Dracut, Massachusetts. And sophomore Dave Stone from Sumter, South Carolina. Dartmouth's on the move as Columbia visits Memorial Field for the final home game of the season. The Green still has title hopes as it heads into the stretch run. Things look fine as Case hits Wilson for 14 yards on the opening series. But Columbia provides a jolter as Case throws a rare interception. It's Case who finally puts the Lions' Mike Neal out of bounds. Columbia miscues immediately, and Kevin Curley wins the scramble for the fumble. One play, touchdown. Harry Wilson makes a great one-hand catch on a 52-yard strike, and Dartmouth leads. Nick Lowry's 20-yard field goal makes it 10-0 in the first period. And just before halftime, Case connects with Harry B. Number 29 advances to the Lion 4. From there, Case keeps, and the Green leads 17-0. In the third period, it's Coffey and Vasiliou who do their thing. Here, Coffey charges for 15. Vasiliou then takes a similar route for 13 yards. That sets up Lowry's second field goal, this one a 23-yarder. Columbia can't hold the ball, and John Muggleby's recovery is a key for the Green. It's Coffey, Coffey, Coffey in a dazzling series of runs that are part of a tremendous afternoon for the tough junior. Number 34 carries the ball 28 times for 169 yards and gains 50 yards in a 92-yard drive that puts Dartmouth ahead 27-7. Another Lion bobble, and Don Rudeshauser has it for Dartmouth. Eden and Jenkins cover most of the distance in a 31-yard march, and Ferraris puts the finishing touches on a 34-14 victory that guarantees Dartmouth a winning season. Brown aspires to its first Ivy League championship, and Dartmouth remains a contender for its 11th as the season heads into the last 2 weeks. Brown gets an early score, but Dartmouth counters efficiently after Steve Terrell's punt gives the Green good field position. Case's pass to Wilson, who plays with a shoulder injury suffered minutes before, gains 13 yards. From the Bruin 26, Coffey gets 9. Coffey adds another 7, but a procedure penalty puts the ball on the 15. On first down, it's Case to Coffey. With some solid running, and the game is tied. Not for long, though, as fate deals Dartmouth a dirty trick. A field goal attempt misfires, and in rapid order, Brown attacks. John Carney's interception is a help, but early in the third period, the Bruins lead 35-7. It's an afternoon when Kevin Case uses the air game to bring Dartmouth back. He picks targets with poise and deliberation and sets Dartmouth records with 25 of 43 completions for 282 yards, including a 45-yard scoring pass to Wilson, who's operating with only one good arm. Oberg gets a lucky bounce for good yardage as Dartmouth keeps trying. And Coffey wings around the left corner with Case's pitch to make it 35-21. 3 more times, Dartmouth gets close, but Brown holds on and for the first time in 21 years gets the edge on the green. Princeton is the scene for the final game. Dartmouth has a winning season in hand, but pride and determination are goals for a team that will be runner-up in the Ivy League standings. A 6-3 record is the objective, and Tiger mistakes help the green get going. Dave Casper here recovers a fumble. 6 plays cover the 36 yards, with Oberg getting 9. Coffey puts it closer with a 12-yard dash to the 5. Then Case rolls and keeps for the score. Dartmouth is at it again as Wilson breaks the season receiving yardage record with this 13-yard catch. That sets up Lowry's 44-yard field goal, his 8th without a miss this season. Before the first period ends, Dartmouth gets another score. Oberg takes a Case pass and gains 20. Coffey hits the middle for 13 yards to the 2. And Case gets his second touchdown from there. It's 17-0. In the third period, Coffey and Oberg trigger a workmanlike drive that punches relentlessly for 10 plays and 43 yards until Oberg gets the touchdown. The final period produces points by the defense. Sophomore Dave Stone intercepts and flies 26 yards to score. And a safety by sophomore tackle Ken Jansen wraps up a 33-7 triumph. Success is measured by how close you come to achieving full potential, says Jake Proudhamel. There isn't a man on this team who doesn't play to his full potential. Many play far beyond. You can't ask for more. That's what Dartmouth football is all about in 1976.